Hey guys, what's happened? A little after 10 o'clock here on the 21st of January. Finally had some time off where I wasn't running around all over town. No appointments today. Still have to work at the Herald, but my regular job I am off from today and tomorrow. So I got a chance to do some hunting over at St. Vincent's. I got Chrome Hounds for the Xbox 360. Kind of surprised that this was in a donation bin. It's not a rare game in the sense that it's extremely valuable. It's just getting tougher to find. From everything I've read and seen, it was intended to be a multiplayer mech combat game, but there is a single-player campaign, which basically serves as a tutorial, I'm told, into the multiplayer. But I'm fine with that. For $3, it's for $3, you know, big deal. You know, play it for a couple of hours for $3. That's fine. And for another $3, Eat Lead: The Return of Matt Hazard. This one's complete. The sleeve is water damaged, so that's not a big deal. The disc is in great shape. It's just the sleeve is water damaged. It's got sort of middling reviews. I get what they were trying to do. If you don't know what it is, it's Matt Hazard is sort of a Duke Nukem-y, stereotypical first-person archetype who is brought out of retirement because these inferior game characters are taking his jobs from him. So I got those two. Went over to Goodwill, and they were pretty picked over. They only had one thing, and it's not amazing, but it is a great game. Spider-Man 2 for the original Xbox. This is probably the best Spider-Man game they ever made. They got web slinging right. They got the web wrapping mechanic. Yeah, I guess you could say without this Spider-Man game, there would have been no Arkham Asylum, because this was the prototype on how to do a superhero game, and it was a movie tie-in, no less, and it was still really good. So yeah, glad to have it. Don't have it for the original Xbox collection, so there's another game I can cross off the list. Went over to Salvation Army, and they had a reasonable stack of games there. All their games are $5, regardless of system, regardless of age. So $5, nothing incredible, but I picked up, for $20 total, I picked up Jak 2. This again was one of those weird things that said, according to the price tag, they're one of those places that when they hit it with the price gun, it says, excuse me, it says the date that they're putting it on there, and this said July 14th, and I'm starting to think that they shift stock from Salvation Army to Salvation Army within North Dakota, because I haven't seen this there before, and unless, like I said, it got put in with DVDs or whatever, then fine. Up next, like I said, none of these are particularly rare or great, but Gran Turismo 3, A-Spec. This is one that I put a significant amount of time into, even though I'm not a huge racing game guy, aside from kart racing. More on that in a couple minutes. But this one's complete. Disc is in great shape. Then Gran Turismo 4, Real Driving Simulator. See if that picks up. Yeah, Real Driving Simulator. Also complete. One thing I absolutely love is the simplicity. The manual for Gran Turismo 4 is a piece of art itself. Just stunning. Just clean black and white photos. I like the, if you can pick it up there, on the stick shift knob is the R1 button, on the accelerator pedals is the X button, and then on the steering wheel is the analog stick, so they kind of equated each one to each one. I completely forgot about this, but a feature that you could do on Epson printers back in the day, you could hook it up to your PS2. I'm gonna see, they have an Epson printer at the thrift store, and for the $5 that they have it there for, I might go back and pick it up and see if it actually works. But you could, from an Epson printer, you could create your car, trick it out, and then print it out with an Epson printer. So I might actually just give it a whirl and then redonate it back, just because it looks pretty cool. It also comes with a set. It also comes with directions for Dolby Surround on the PS2. It also comes with an ad for the HTDDW 660. I actually had this home theater. It was the first real home theater I had that wasn't just a bookshelf system with big speakers. I actually had this home theater, and for the time, it was an amazing home theater. Then I got a JVC DVD player home theater, which I believe my good buddy Jason is still using as a secondary home theater in his house in outside Chicago. Then last but not least, I know this has gotten middling reviews, but I absolutely love this game. Epic Mickey: The Power of Two. It's a lot of fun in co-op, and amazing visuals. It's very similar to the Kingdom Hearts, not in gameplay or content, so don't correct me on that if you see this, but the presentation of using the cartoon world. It's not complete, but the disc is in great shape. I think I will track down a manual for this, because I love this game. I know it got sort of middle of the road average reviews. I'm assuming with that paintbrush mechanic, probably the Wii version was probably the definitive version, but even that I've seen as average to mediocre to good at best for reviews. I never played that one, and I don't have a PlayStation Move. I don't ever intend on investing in the PlayStation Move for my PS3, but this was actually a lot of fun. I rented it on the 360, and for $5, big deal. Not a terrible investment. Then I went over to Rock 30, and they have Xbox 360 games. Used ones are 20% off now, and I couldn't pass this up. I had it when it came out. Just going to look really quick here. 2000... Was it 2000? I think this was 2008, 2009, Magna Carta 2. I should have never gotten rid of it in the first place. It's got sort of a turn-based meets real-time combat. The combat's a lot of fun. You have overheat and cooldown meters, so you actually have to be strategic. You can't just go in and button mash. But it's my kind of combat with a strategic blend to it. This is still holding its value. This is routinely anywhere between $35 to $50 game on eBay or Amazon. Rock 30 had it for $35, but at 20% off, it was $28, so I wasn't going to pass it up. And here's another game. I had it back in the day for the PS2. Should have never gotten rid of it, because I know it's going to be just like the original. Slowly but surely, you're going to see this game build in value. And as it sits right now, it's about a $20 game. Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil. I should have never gotten rid of Klonoa 1, because I see it on eBay and Amazon resellers, and I kick myself for how valuable that game is, for getting rid of it. But slowly but surely, this will become more and more valuable. I'm glad to put it into the collection. Then last but not least, this is a disc-only copy, and I see this go not necessarily high, but this is really holding its value. I'm going to track down the artwork for it. I had a blast playing this. Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. It's essentially the Mario Kart Crash Team Racing with Disney characters, and it actually had a fair amount of challenge. It's a lot of fun. Basically, you're kart racing through the rides and attractions at Disney World. Let's see if you can see it in the background. You can see it right behind Disney there. There's Epcot. There's a Epcot and the Magic Kingdom and all that stuff. Excuse me, my cold is slowly but surely fading away. Still have a few sniffles and an occasional cough, but yeah, I'm glad to get this. I will complete it. I'm probably going to head over to eBay and complete it. See if I can track down the artwork for it. Because I did love this game. This is another one of those games I should have never gotten rid of. But it was a lot of fun. Then over to Dakota Boys Ranch, and they had... I spent $40 there on 3 games, and before you say $40 on 3 games at a thrift store, yeah, trust me, it was actually worth it. for 99 cents, I got Gretzky NHL for the PSP. I believe, I'm not positive, I believe this is the only hockey game that ever came out on the PSP. And as a huge, huge hockey fan, I'll play with it, tinker around. I'm sure you can create your own players. And there might even be a diehard mod community for this that's still creating rosters that I can download to a memory stick. Then for $15, again, you might say thrift store, $15. What are you doing there? $15 for this game is an incredible bargain. Mario Kart 7, whether it's used or not for the 3DS. There was a bunch of relatively new games there that had been donated. The Crew, Sunset Overdrive, the NBA 2K15, Madden 15. There was a couple of other games, but there's a bunch of relatively new games. And the big pickup over there for 20 bucks, the box is a little worse for the wear, but it is complete in the box with the game and everything. Skylanders Trap Team. With the Skylanders and the traps. Water Trap and Life Trap. And it comes with Snapshot and Food Fight. And I'm assuming there's parts of this that are locked off to Skylanders Swap Force characters and Skylanders Giants, which I have a couple of each of those. But I'm amazed for 20 bucks. This is a pretty amazing thing to find for 20 bucks at anywhere. And I don't know what their policy is there, but I see they have the Xbox One logo crossed out and the Skylanders Trap Team stuff crossed out. But this came out this past fall. All the Skylanders are in there. The Portal is in there. The game, the manual. I don't know, I know these come with, yeah, even the poster, the collector's poster to tell you which Skylanders to collect, etc. Is there too. This is pretty amazing for 20 bucks. So like I said, I spent $40 there. Like I said, you might think $40 at a thrift store was too much to spend, but Mario Kart 7 still at a used game store is still commanding 25, 30 bucks, and it's still 40 brand new almost everywhere you go. Gretzky NHL, this one's not rare or valuable by any means, but that was 99 cents. It was the Skylanders Trap Team that really stole the show for me today. So let's do a quick recap. This is not like my last video where I had an amazing, amazing, massive haul. So I'll just break it down by system. That'll be easiest, I guess. Give me 1 second here. For the Xbox 360, I got one of my all-time favorites, a game that I should have never traded in the first place, Magna Carta 2. Fantastic, sort of action RPG. I don't want to say it's a straight-up action RPG in case somebody's interested in it and they say, hey, Nate, this is nothing like Diablo. You're right, it's not. It's a very, very Japanese action RPG. A lot of systems to manage. Can be a bit overwhelming at times, but a fantastic game nonetheless. Eat Lead, The Return of Mad Hazard. You can track down a new copy of this for $6 to $8. And you know what? I played through the first couple of levels, and I actually had a blast. It's stupid and silly, certainly in the vein of Duke Nukem and Serious Sam in terms of how the game plays. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And Will Arnett, excuse me, sorry, I dropped the game. Will Arnett and Neil Patrick Harris, they bring some. They make the characters a little more over the top than what they are, but it's a lot of fun. Chrome Hounds for the 360. All right, for the PS2, I got Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil, and like I said, I should have never gotten rid of this in the first place because I've seen it go in the past year. I've seen it climb steadily in value. Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, Gran Turismo 4 Real Driving Simulator, and Jak 2. For the original Xbox, Spider-Man 2, the best Spider-Man game as far as I'm concerned. The open world and web slinging, all that stuff is near pitch perfect. For the Nintendo 3DS, Mario Kart 7. For the PS3, Epic Mickey: The Power of Two. And like I said, this game got mediocre to good reviews across the board, but I had a lot of fun playing it. And here's the thing, if you have kids or nieces and nephews and you want to get them into gaming, this is a low-pressure game, and it's a lot of fun. Gretzky NHL for the PSP. For the PlayStation 1, a disc-only copy of Walt Disney's Magical Racing Tour. And last but not least, like I said, the big find of the day for $20, Skylanders Trap Team. I'll show you right there. The box is a little worse for the wear. I'm assuming that somebody's little ones got into it and ripped it open from this side, even though it opens from up here. But it's complete. Everything here for $20. So pretty massive haul, pretty massive take today. Spent about $100, so there was, I didn't certainly make out unbelievably well, but for Magna Carta and Skylanders Trap Team and Klonoa 2 Lunatea's Veil, and Mario Kart 3DS, I will take what I got. My collection is growing. I've got to do some cataloging and inventory, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing the collecting this past. I started seriously collecting about 2 years ago, and now with the videos and everything and the hunting stuff, it's been a lot of fun sharing these videos with you guys. Just recently, I was interviewed by the Grand Forks Herald to talk about video gaming and video game collecting and whatnot, and that was really a lot of fun doing the interview. I'm by no means the authoritarian. Been gaming pretty much my whole life. I'll be 36 in April, and I've been playing video games since 1983. My cousins Tony and Brian had an Atari and the 2600, and I could not get enough of, I believe it was called Outlaw, your two cowboys shooting at each other back and forth, and that was the original deathmatch. That was a lot of fun. I have very fond memories of playing hours of Atari with Tony and Brian, and then on to Nintendo. We sunk hundreds of hours into Tecmo Bowl. Then the Genesis came out, and I don't think there was a holiday that passed where we didn't have an NHL hockey tournament going on at some point. Those games were a blast on the Genesis. Still a lot of fun to this day. In fact, that simple 3-button control scheme was, you can literally say that on those NHL games, they've only gotten fancier in terms of coat of paint, in terms of how they look, and roster updates and graphical updates and physics updates, but in terms of how they play, that 3-button control mechanic for passing, checking, speed burst, shooting, one-timer, all that stuff has its roots in NHLPA 93. They didn't have the league, they didn't have the NHL license that year, and NHL 94. Those two games, ever since then, it's pretty much been just a nicer coat of paint. So yeah, it was fun doing that interview, fun talking about my lifetime in gaming, I guess. And all those of you that watch my videos, I have a handful of subscribers now. Thanks for checking them out. I really do appreciate it. This is a lot of fun for me. I get to share my nerdery with everybody else. I really don't collect to resell. I collect because I will play each and every one of these games. I might not see each and every one through completion, but I'll put a solid 5 to 10 hours into each game just to give it a whirl. It's what I do. It's a lot of fun. That and record collecting and music collecting. I'm sure you can see the Gaslight Anthem stuff over my shoulder. I've got a bunch of, if you don't know me, I've got a bunch of CDs and records off to the other side of this room. So music and video game collecting are really what I like to do. So for all of those of you who check these videos out, I really do appreciate it. Thanks, and hopefully I'll have a video for you next week.